Welcome back to this week's episode of The Suitcase Entrepreneur. I'm Natalie Sisson, and we're all about creating freedom in business and adventure in life. Now, last week I talked about the 5 successful ways to crowdfund your dream idea. I got up to step 1 and 2 because there was lots of juicy information, and today I'm going to carry on with steps 3 to 5. Step 3 is all about keeping the communications going. Now, it can be a little bit of a roller coaster ride when you're doing a crowdfunding campaign, because what you'll find is people are very excited about when you first put it out. They're kind of excited again when you start getting a bit nervous that you're not going to reach your funding goal, so you put out a whole lot of communication about midway, and at the end, everybody jumps on board and they're like, yeah, let's get them behind this, because otherwise they're not going to meet their funding goal. And those bits are great, right? But what about all the bits in between? Because those are the bits when you're kind of like, oh my God, this is going to fail. What else can I do? Now, the key here is to try and keep a steady, consistent form of communication. So can you put out great images on Pinterest and share them? Can you put out click-to-tweets in your communications with those who have already funded you? So those are the times when it's really good to use the platform. For example, with Kickstarter, you can message everybody who has already given you funds and pledged towards your campaign. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, you know, we're 1 week in, it's going really well, we're 25% funded, but I would love for you to share this with your friends. Here's a click-to-tweet, here's a copy and paste, here's a really cool image that you can put out to your own networks. Or could you just go to the campaign link and click like or share it directly from there? And you know what, every time I did that, there was a huge spike in the number of people who jumped on board and helped contribute towards my campaign. So the key here is consistency and just keep going. Don't obviously keep hitting up the same friends, but just think about new and creative ways to get the message out there. Go to forums, go to groups who have an interest in what you're trying to do. For me, it was book lovers and other people in my community who really were all about freedom in business and adventure in life.
I'm normally the person behind the video, though last year I did a possible campaign, a Kickstarter, and the emotions behind it is just one big roller coaster. So, you know, at the start you get a few people in, you go, yeah, this is good, you put all your effort behind it, and then all of a sudden, nothing. And then like I had a week where I didn't have anything, and then I just sort of fell into a heap and thought, nah, I'll get rid of it, cancel it, the whole thing. But then I started reaching out to my community, and then all of a sudden it just went like this, and the last couple of days was just an awesome roller coaster ride where it went up, and I was asking for $3,000, and then it, you know, we got to $3,500, and now we're doing the projects.
Step 4 is to create meaningful rewards. If you're going to ask people to hand over their hard-earned money, you have to have rewards that are really captivating. So it's no use saying for $25 you'll get a postcard from me, right? You've really got to think about what people want. In my case, I gave them obviously my digital book or signed printed copies of the book with a postcard or a personal thank you note, mentions in my book. So there are actually a ton of people from the Kickstarter who have thank yous within my mentions in my book. I allowed people to be my editor of the book, which is pretty crazy that somebody would pay to edit my book, but that worked out really well. And then I had sponsors of the book who would actually have a section within it. Now, that was all within my remit to sort of say how much of that I wanted in there, but it was so neat to be able to have those people support the book and be acknowledged for it. And what that did, and what will happen in your crowdfunding campaign if you do it right, is that those people will want to share the fact that they're in the book, that they're supporting it, and they will get more people interested in helping your campaign. And that's where the power really comes in. So make sure that your rewards are really enticing, that you can deliver on them, and that you can actually make good on those, because a lot of people overpromise and they underdeliver. But if you think about it, the rewards are really important. And the 5th step is to go big or go home. You may only need $5,000 for your project, but remember that there are fees attributed to most of the crowdfunding campaigns, and they sort of vary between 2 to 5% of your total. So if you actually need $5,000 for your project, then you're going to have to add in a buffer. Some of the crowdfunding platforms actually allow you to take everything even if you don't reach your limit. Kickstarter is one of those all or nothing. So if you said $10,000, you don't raise it, you don't get anything. With something like Indiegogo, you get the amount that you've raised. But I always think it's great to go big or go home and really put it out there, because often if there's a big, hairy, audacious sum that you really need to make your dream come true, people are going to be more willing to support it. So those are my 5 steps. Once again, let's recap. So it is have a compelling story that really resonates with people. The second is really consider your marketing. Are you putting enough information in there to really captivate people and allow them to share it? The third step is to keep in touch and keep emailing and networking with people so that they don't lose touch with your campaign. The fourth step is to create great rewards that really entice people. And the fifth step is to go big or go home. I hope you've enjoyed those tips on crowdfunding. I'm Natalie Sisson, and if you like what you're seeing in this video, please hit the subscribe button below so you'll get weekly videos from yours truly on location. Oh my God, I just got another pledge for my Kickstarter campaign. Jigga joy, jigga joy.